the sound effect, and we are here at Full Throttle Magazine's Motorcycle Expo at Burt's Barracuda in Pinellas Park, Florida. If you came out here tonight, you had a great time. I know you did. A lot of really awesome bands. In fact, we are with Jasmine Cain in the band, and they killed it. If you missed them, you missed out on an awesome show. Thank you so much for being a part of this, and thanks for the interviews.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's great. Thank you.
No, this is awesome, man. Thanks so much.
Thank you. So why don't introduce yourselves and what you do in the band.
My name's PK, and I hit things with sticks.
My name's Jordan Repke, and I try not to get hit with PK sticks.
My name's Jasmine Cain, and I do whatever needs to be done.
That's the right attitude right there, girl. That's awesome, yeah. So I understand that you guys have you've gotten some awards, right?
We've actually, we won several awards. I mean, they go back for quite a long time. So here lately, the most recently, we've been nominated and won the Nashville Industry Music Awards for Best Alternative Rock Band, and we won that 2 years in a row. The requirements to be able to be nominated are to have an album release within a certain time frame. And since it's taken us almost 2 years to complete this latest album that we're about to release May 10th, called Seven, we weren't eligible for any of those awards for this last year. We did put out a live album, live at Suck Bang Below, which we did in Myrtle Beach at that bar, Murals Inlet. And it's awesome. We love it. We did something in the meantime just because the album took much longer than we expected. By far, this is the most time we've ever put into an album. So this is the big one. This is what we're going for. And I think you're going to see us back up on that awards podium once this thing's out. So
very cool. Now I know you guys do a lot of. You're touring all over the place, but you're from Nashville, aren't you? You guys from Nashville?
Originally?
No, for some reason I was thinking you guys are from Nashville.
Well, I'm from
She's
Sturgis. Yeah.
But I thought one of you guys might be from Nashville. That's what I
You're
thought.
from Nashville?
Well, that's where we're based out of. I was born in North Carolina. I'm a transplant too, just at a young age.
And he's from...
I'm from Wisconsin originally, Milwaukee. Yeah.
Well, we're based out of Nashville.
Yeah, we're all in Nashville
No one
now.
from Nashville.
Yeah, absolutely.
From Nashville.
I'm not from Nashville
Yeah,
either.
that's kind of like Florida. Nobody from Florida is from Florida. Right. Well, there's a few people, but they're few and far between. So, yeah, well, I mean,
We are now.
We're all from Florida now. We're all from Florida now. It's great.
Yeah, we're here.
we're all from Florida. Everybody's a transplant in Florida, and once you come down here, you're Floridian, so we just make it home. I came down here and never left. I was like, I'm not going anywhere, so. So you're from Sturgis, which would probably make you the biker event queen of all time, correct?
It should.
Well, it is in our book. It is in our book. So what else is going on? I mean, you guys aren't stopping here. Where are we going from here?
Headed back to Nashville for the time being. We actually just launched our Patreon, which if you don't know anything about Patreon, you should definitely check it out. It's more of an online concert. You can join us on there to subscribe to join us on there. We're going to be doing like live chats, acoustic shows. So basically we can be anywhere at any time. So that's kind of what we're seeing is the new wave of like how this works, because we're still going to continue to tour. We love to tour. We love to, I mean, I became a musician because I wanted to travel. I wanted to see the world. But there's no way possible for us to see everybody around the globe all the time. So this is the only way for us to be able to stay in contact and stay, connected to our fans all over the place. We had a friend come up from New Zealand who just wanted to see our shows because he can't see us in New Zealand ever. So he came up over the holidays, over Christmas, stayed like for 3 weeks, went to every show he could of ours. We went riding motorcycles, we had a great time.
He traveled over 20,000 miles, I think, over 20,000 miles. So yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks, Philip.
That's what we're looking forward to doing. We want to have that one-on-one connection with people, but we want to have it all across the globe. So if you guys have 5 seconds, go to Patreon, patreon.com and /Jasmine Cain. Find us on there for as little as $1 a month. That's the cheapest. You can follow us everywhere. We're going to take you on the road with us, and you're going to see everything just like us.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now, you do play a lot of places. I mean, not trying to put you on the spot, but I mean, what do you think is going to be? What do you think was one of your best venues, best gigs that you guys have played?
You're new. This doesn't count.
This is pretty cool.
This was really cool.
Yeah.
This event is always amazing. So Full Throttle Expo never disappoints. It's
Awesome.
There's always so many people that show up and they treat us really well. I mean, we get to hang out in VIP.
Ooh, yeah.
They don't just kick us out and tell us to go away.
Well,
it's so good.
not today they didn't. Not today they didn't.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
But
No,
They actually asked me to leave earlier.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can pull some strings. You'll be hanging out.
like I said,
You know,
they don't
no,
really, it's gonna
we don't have to name names, but on the flip side of the coin, what do you think was maybe one of your less favorable experiences? I mean, you don't have to name venues.
Do
I know.
not. No.
Nah, you got something in mind.
No, we
can
can't.
talk
We
about that
can't.
later.
We cannot talk about it now. No, that's a definite no.
Well,
There was this one show one time in this one place, and it was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. I think one of the things that we run into a lot is we get a lot of we have a lot of contact with different aspects of the biker world. You know, we do a lot of stuff in the biker community, and people have heard our name, and they want us to come, and we love doing special events for people, and we love doing everything from, you know, the huge festivals like this to we do a lot of things for charity. In fact, we have some things coming up on May 4th in Nashville that's going to be a charity event. But for a lot of these events, we kind of go into them blind. You know, so we don't necessarily know the people who we're meeting. We don't necessarily know entirely what the event is for, and we don't really know what the room is going to be like, what the PA is going to be like, if there's a PA. And these things aren't things that people think about when they book a band. They're like, hey, just show up and play some music. That's great. But the logistical aspect of, oh, we have to drive 400 miles in a blizzard in the middle of December to this tiny bar that may not have. Oh, what do you mean you guys didn't bring your own microphones and your own PA and your own stuff? And it's just like, oh, this was that, you know. So there's a lot of that. You know, sometimes you show up and we go to these small places and they'll take amazing care of us. They provide every last need that we could possibly have. And sometimes you're like, oh, well, we know it's -20 outside, but our heater just broke. But so you only have to play a 3-hour set instead of a 4-hour set. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things, you know. So you never know what you're going to run into.
Basically,
really.
rock and roll is hard.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That pretty much says it.
But rock and roll rocks, so that's a good thing. So, do you guys all have a hand in writing the songs?
Yeah, I like to involve everybody as much as possible. I only play bass and some guitar, so for these songs to really come to life, I count on everybody putting in their own input. There's no way that I could come up with the parts that they come up with. It's totally them. Jordan did all the guitar work on this record, and you know, usually I try to bring in different players that, you know, special guest appearances or people that I know or friends or whatever, but honestly, none of them really could play as well as you.
Well, thank you.
Nice job.
No, I mean, he's mind-blowingly good. It was great to have a guitar player that you've already got in this band that can just play circles around it, and I mean, that we were glad to be able to use him for everything on this one. That's awesome.
Well, I get what you're saying. Being a guitar player myself, I was watching him the whole time, and yeah, absolutely fabulous.
It's our first record together.
Nice. Look forward to hearing that.
Too. So I mean, being a three-piece, you know, you got to be able to fill all the gaps. Whether it's you as a drummer playing bass, playing guitar. I mean, three-piece has its challenges, and you would have no idea. I mean, it was powerful. It was a great show. Really cool. Very cool.
One of the things that we get to do as a three-piece is we all get to play, you know, and to have, you know, to be playing with, you know, two other players in a band who are very capable, very competent, and very tasteful players, you kind of fall into this place. You know, sometimes we'll do something that has keyboards, so I have to play a keyboard part. Sometimes there is an electronic drum pattern that PK has to learn. Sometimes there's a synth bass part that Jasmine has to play at the same time. We're working out, you know, multi-track vocal harmonies. We're working with music that's, you know, meant for, like, not just two guitar players, but, you know, like 4 or 5 guitar parts going on. So you have to juggle that stuff, but it's so much fun. The challenge of that is so much fun as a musician, you know.
Very cool. Very cool.
So, Jasmine, who were your influences? You did a lot of different styles and a lot of diversity in your songs and stuff, vocally and musically and stuff. And I was highly impressed with everything you did. Fantastic. So, who influenced you in music growing up?
I grew up on country music. A lot of people don't really know that about me, but I grew up on a cattle ranch in South Dakota. So country music is really where I learned the basics of music. I learned how songs were written. They told a story. They, you know, there was a formula to it. I always loved country music. What I didn't love about country music growing up was the female voices were very thin and quiet. It was very thin and quiet voices, and I didn't feel like that wasn't what I was. I wanted to come out and just, belt it out there. And the first person that I heard in my life that really did that in country music was Winona Judd. I thought she sounded like a female Elvis to me. So I was like, Winona Judd was cool. And my parents really didn't let me listen to rock and roll until I left home, which was early at 13. So I left home early, and then I started checking out different rock and roll, and of course fell in love with all the women of rock. Heart, Joan Jett. Joan Jett's really ultimately what made me decide that I wanted to do this full time, because she made it fun. She made rock and roll fun. And I just wanted to have fun. I didn't want to be so serious all the time. I just wanted to have a good time.
So were you here last night to see Lita?
Oh, we did a show with Lita last year here. So we got to open for her last year here, but no, we did not make it here last year. Nashville's a long way from here. We made it to like Valdosta.
So that guitar, man, we were talking about that earlier. Who makes that guitar? It's a beautiful guitar you got.
Yeah. So I just started working with this company based out of the builder lives in Spain. The main company's based out of Austin, but they have a custom shop in Nashville. They're called Teye Guitars, T-E-Y-E. You can go online, check them out at Teye, T-E-Y-E.com. They have all amazing models, but what I love about those guitars is I always try to fool the guitar builder, because everybody builds a guitar for the open chords. You know what I mean? Oh, these open chords sound amazing. So I always pick a note that's not a very guitaristic note, and I'm like, here, let's see what this does. And the sustain on that thing, it's a beautiful instrument, and if you go to the website, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But they're amazingly beautiful instruments, but they sound just as good as they look. And I was so inspired the first time I put my hands on one. I was like, yes, this is a family I want to be a part of.
Nice, yeah. Got a lot of great tone out of that guitar. It was sweet. Very sweet. So where can people find out more about you guys?
Ask PK.
JasmineCain.com, Facebook, Twitters, Instagrams, YouTubes, Patreon.
Friendster.
Yeah, Grinder. Oh wait, no, not that last one. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's
Just go to Twitter, Jasmine Cain Rock. Go to Facebook, Jasmine Cain Rocks with an S. And our Patreon.com, man. That's where you find us everywhere. And of course, JasmineCain.com. If you need all the links, everything's up there. So come find us.
So I'm going to ask you one more question. No offense to these guys whatsoever, but if you could play with any band in the world and any musicians, live or dead, who would they be?
I already have them. I'm good.
That's a great answer. That's a great answer. Groupon.
I'm glad that I got a chance to see you guys. I mean, it's a I'm surprised, very surprised. You guys are awesome. You guys did an awesome job, and I look forward to seeing you again.
I'm pretty good for a girl.
I would have to say the same thing. She definitely holds her own, and she belts it. She plays awesome bass. She's a hell of a singer, and you guys have to check her out. You guys have to check her out. You get a chance.
Thank you to Jasmine Cain. One last question, because I know the girls watching are going to want to know where you got those glasses, because they're pretty cool.
I told you. Everybody says these look stupid, but I'm like, these are...
I never said that. No, for the record, I never said that.
Girls, I'm telling you, this is the shit right now. I think I got these on dollskill.com. Dollskill. That's what I think I got them. But yeah, so Kevin can stick it up.
We are the Sound Effect. Thank you very much, Jasmine Cain, for being on here. We appreciate you guys. You guys killed it tonight. We look forward to seeing you again sometime down the road. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Tune in for more later on. Good night.